If you have IBS but all your tests are normal, you're probably testing the wrong thing. There are 11 tests to track 4 very common symptoms of IBS: 2 to track your food allergies, 4 to track infections, 3 imaging tests to track inflammation or deformity, and 2 tests to see if a major organ is working properly or not. In this video, I'm going to go through all 11 of these tests. I'll mention the price point and when you should do them, so you don't waste your time and money doing all the tests at one go. Food allergies often trigger IBS symptoms. For a regular person, the body views some things as food, but for the same person with IBS, the body views it as poison. So how do you know if this is happening to you or not? You can do a total IgE test. This tells you if you are having a reaction to something or not. It could be your food, it could be your environment. More than 100 on the test, allergies may be the issue. More than 500, it's definitely an issue. More than 1,000, it's very severe, almost definitely causing your IBS symptoms. Now, if you want to know what's specifically causing your allergy, you can try a specific IgG test. It looks something like this. It will give you an entire list of foods that you can eat, that you should not eat, and that you should eat in control. On to category 2, infections. Everyone has good and bad bacteria in their body. But when the ratio of good to bad goes out of control, it can create a nuisance. If you have symptoms like heaviness after eating, acidity, burping, left side stomach pain, then best to test for an H. pylori infection in your stomach. The simplest way to do that is a urea breath test. If this is too expensive, you can also try a blood test or a stool test to test for H. pylori. I've given the details in a separate video. You can also find that in the description. If your symptoms have to do with bloating or gas, and they usually go away whenever you take an antibiotic, you might want to test for bad bacteria in your small intestine. You can do this via a hydrogen breath test. More than 16 to 20 ppm, and you know that your gas is happening because of bad bacteria and not just your food. Let's say the symptoms are different, like stool doesn't form properly, or you're going again and again to the washroom, then you can do a stool culture test. This is different from a regular stool test. It's more detailed and focuses a lot more on bacteria. If you find any organisms that are present that should not be present, you'll know where the problem lies. If this is not enough, you can do the even more expensive gut microbiome test. It costs more, but it's more extensive in terms of what is and isn't happening inside your gut. By the way, if you think these tests are not important, let me tell you, your blood report can look 100% normal even if you have a gastrointestinal infection. This is why they're so hard to track and so hard to diagnose. On to category 3, imaging. Sometimes you get an idea only by taking a picture from the inside. For example, in an endoscopy, you take a picture of your stomach. Lots of cuts, redness, erosions. That's why you're having stomach pain, acidity, or heartburn. In a colonoscopy, they take a picture of your large intestine. Lots of inflammation and swelling. That's why you're having abdominal pain, running to the washroom again and again, or constipation and diarrhea. If the procedure makes you scared, anxious, or uncomfortable, you're not alone. They're also expensive. A simpler procedure is to start with an ultrasound. In an endoscopy or colonoscopy, you're taking a photo from the inside, but in an ultrasound, you're taking the same photo from the outside. If you see that any organ has become too big, enlarged, then you know that's where you should start by focusing. This is both easier and cheaper to do. Remember, an ultrasound is not a replacement for an endoscopy or a colonoscopy. It's just the first step. Category 4, the major organ I was talking about, it's your pancreas. Your body needs enzymes to make food, and pancreas contributes a lot to making and distributing these enzymes. If your pancreas is not making enough enzymes, you won't be able to digest your food properly, and this causes symptoms. The easiest way to test for this is a fecal elastase test. Results are too low, it means you have pancreatic exocrine insufficiency. Simply said, you're not making enough enzyme. A second way to test pancreatic health, and a cheaper way as well, is an amylase or lipase test. Both of these should be under control. However, if the levels are too high and they're coming into your blood, it means that something isn't right with your pancreas. This may be contributing to your digestion and digestive issues. Our team at Hug is trained to read and evaluate each and every single one of these reports. So if you want a free second opinion on what's going on in your tests or what's going on in your body, feel free to contact us on the WhatsApp number written above and in the description below. All the best.